Hi everyone. Today I will be reviewing the Costway Superfit 2-in-1 treadmill with Bluetooth and a remote control. I purchased mine for $299.99 as of the 14th of December. Walmart still had it for that price. The dimensions are 49 inches by 27 inches by 42 inches tall, and the folded down under desk configuration is 52 inches by 27 by 5 inches. The running area is around 40 inches long and 16 inches wide. The weight is 74 pounds. Maximum capacity is 265 pounds. The display will display time, speed, distance, and calories. And package contents are the treadmill, remote control, phone holder, a safety key, power cord, and instructions. The literature that the website has on Walmart.com shows that it has a running mode of up to 2.5 miles per hour, and 7.5 miles per hour, and 2.5 miles per hour for walking mode. It does fold. However, you notice that in the running mode there are these two arm or hand holds. You notice when they show the animation of it going down, those are not on there, and I'll talk about that later. It does fold down nicely into a flat package. It's about 5 inches tall, so I'm not sure it would go under all furnitures, but it is fairly easy to move. There are two wheels at the front of the treadmill that allows for it to be moved around a little bit easier. As I mentioned before, it's 40 inches by 16 inches for the belt area. I'm 6'3", and I'm used to gym size treadmills. This is a little bit short, so you have to be careful. With the strides, I haven't done running on it yet. I primarily bought this for under my work desk, so that when I'm stuck for hours on calls, I can raise my desk up and walk while I'm listening into the meeting. There is a lip at the back end of this treadmill that you will feel when you get to if you're starting to get toward the back end of the belt. If you don't have shoes on, it does kind of pinch. I tend to walk when I'm doing the walking in just socks, and it does let you know that you're at the end of the treadmill. Let's see. So there is a remote. I don't really see any way of operating the treadmill without the remote, so it's very important not to lose that. As we mentioned before, time, speed, distance, and calories are displayed on the front part of the treadmill. There is a Bluetooth speaker. I have not tried that yet. It does. I have heard that it's not the greatest sound quality, but I didn't buy it for the speaker, so I haven't really tried it. As far as unboxing this, let me bring up the video. So this is the way it arrived. It did have several gouges in the edge of the box, the shipping box. Some were pretty deep, so I was a little concerned when I got it. There's another one down at the bottom. However, opening it up, it's pretty well protected inside. There was no damage from those gouges on the outside of the box to the actual product. So very well packed. Very happy with that. And say it's very well packaged and protected inside. Here's all the contents. You get these two arm or hand holds that attach to the vertical part of the treadmill. This I think was product design that was bad, and I'll talk about that later. There's this little tray for attaching your cell phone to the upright, some various tools, and the safety cord, 2 bottles of lubricant, and a very short paracord in the manuals. Let's see. So this is an error code you get when you plug in the treadmill, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I've heard some people in the reviews that I read before purchasing this that they got this code and assumed that the treadmill was defective, which I actually jumped to that conclusion because of that review. But that's not actually the case. So let me bring up another. So here's the very short power cord plugged in. You see, you flip on the power switch on the front of the treadmill, and you instantly get this code. But if you read in the manual for that code, it has to do with the safety key. So it's magnetic. There's a spot underneath the upright to plug that in. You can see that it does work. That clears after you place the safety key in the magnetic spot. So when you push the power button, it does count down, beeps very, very loud, and then you can use the remote to change the speed, as I'm demonstrating here. When you push the power button again, it'll do a slowly start to decrease in speed. Right at the end, there's kind of an abrupt stop that kind of catches you off guard if you're not paying attention. But there's the countdown again when you push the power button to start on the remote. You can see when you pull the safety cord off, it does give you that E07 error code again. Just to show you that in the walking mode, where you flip the handle down, it still requires that safety magnetic safety device to be in place, or you will still get that E07 code, as I'm demonstrating here. And you can see that it does work once you place the safety key in its position. For the handle installation, it does require 2 hands, so it's going to be difficult for me to show you the actual attaching, but you have to take these 2 little covers off, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to get lined up. I think the best technique is to take the screw, put it into the Allen wrench, push it all the way through the hole, and then guide the handle, I guess I'll call it, into the screw hole. And that seemed to be the quickest way to get it to line up. So I plan on using this just in walking mode, so I'm not going to put both of them on, but I will show you one of the big complaints with this handle. If you, it says toolless conversion, but as you can see there, you cannot fold it all the way down with the handles in place, and it does require a tool and 5 minutes or so of wrangling those handles on or off in order to fold it down. So here's the whole point of me purchasing this, is to move my chair out of the way, raise my workstation up when I'm stuck on long meetings, and to be able to get some steps in while I'm in meetings at work. So that's it. That's my review. I hope it was helpful for everyone. Oh, one other comment. It does come in multiple colors. I did order the dark green one, as you can see in this picture. It's definitely not dark green. It's black. So they did ship the black one, which I'm assuming they were just out of stock on the green one. Minor detail, but I would prefer to have the color that I actually ordered. I'm quite okay with this this color, so I'm not going to press the issue. The other thing is you really need to use some of that lubricant on the belt, and the way you do that is right along the edges here in the middle. You can kind of grab the edge and pull it up, and you squirt a little bit from each side. You can't go all the way across. The belt's tight enough where you can't go all the way across, but you squirt some of that lubricant in there, and then what I did is I worked the belt back and forth to kind of just distribute it around on the plate that's underneath the belt, and then I turned the speed on to a very slow speed and kind of push down on it with my hand for it to go a few revolutions, and then I added some more and did that a couple of times, and it says that basically it absorbs into the belt, but when you stick your hand underneath that and your hand's dry, it should have a little bit of the silicone on your hand, and that's how you test whether it needs to be lubricated or not. There is a hard plastic plate underneath the belt. There's not really a lot of springiness to the belt, I'll say. It is like you're walking on a hard surface, so just be aware that it's not real springy. And overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I will suggest that you probably will need to get a longer cord for it. The cord is extremely short, which limits where you can put it. So I happen to have a longer cord in my garage stuff, so I switched it out for a longer cord because I couldn't put it where I wanted to put it without getting a longer cord. So I expect that you probably will have to get a longer cord. Overall, pretty happy with it. It did take quite a while to show up, and the problem I had was the Walmart said it shipped They gave me a tracking number, but for FedEx, FedEx indicated that it's just a label was printed and that they didn't have the product, and it was in that state for about a week and a half, where it said my product had shipped, but there was literally no tracking updates. I contacted Walmart and they said, oh, it's shipped, but it hasn't arrived at FedEx yet. So I'm assuming there's some sort of two-stage shipping that occurs where their on-hand inventory gets shipped to a FedEx location, and then once it's into the FedEx system, then you start seeing the updates on the shipping. And it looked like it went on a truck from Georgia. I'm in Houston area, so it did have a couple of updates. It took a couple of days once FedEx got it to get it here, and it actually delivered as per what FedEx indicated once they received it. All in all, I'm pretty happy with the product. Maybe I'll touch base again in a few weeks when I've used it for a few days, and let y'all know what I think about it. But anyway, that's the end of the review. Thank you for watching my review. Please subscribe and like. I would appreciate that. And we'll talk to you again soon.